What's up, guys? Look, back with another one. And I really want y'all to pay attention and listen up because this is something I see everybody getting wrong. And I'm going to talk about the most important and definitely underrated exercise when it comes to losing body fat and getting that sick physique that you want, crazy shoulder to waist ratio, and being able to maintain this thing forever without feeling like we're starving and we're low energy and we're miserable most of the time. And of course, what I'm talking about is walking. The average American walks about 3,500 steps a day. If you don't realize how truly pathetic this is, I'm going to kind of put it into perspective. That is the equivalent of walking up and down the inside of a football field maybe 10 times in a 24-hour period. It's just baffling, guys. It's unacceptable, and it really is. Nutrition is so important, but this is, I would say, the other biggest contributor to why everybody in America is shaped like a pear and is overweight, obese, and running into all types of issues. We got to remember how blessed we are to actually have an able body. There's a lot of people who don't, and I promise you, they would do anything on this earth to be able to have the able body that you have. So put this stuff into perspective for a second. Look, 1 in 4 adults over the age of 60 have a mobility disorder. And so what I see is people sitting at a desk for 10 hours a day, refusing to move, going out of their way to dodge movement at any cost in order to work hard, save this money, and retire so that they can do the stuff they like. But when that time comes, you're obese, you have health complications, and you're immobile. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie WALL-E. It's a Disney movie. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's a fucking certified banger. And it's set in the future. And all of the people on this planet, I think they're Earthlings, and they migrate to this spaceship because Earth has, I don't know, I'm not going to read you the synopsis of the movie, but basically everyone is out of shape, like just gigantic. And they're scooting around in these hover chairs. They got a cheeseburger in one hand and a soda in the other because robots have taken all of the human jobs and there's no need to move anymore. So everyone is just on their screens. And this is, they literally predicted the future with this one, guys. You look around. This is what you see in real life. And it's scary. And we need to make some changes if we don't want to end up like this. So you can't follow the herd. We can't do what everybody else is doing, or you're going to be just like everybody else that's fat and miserable. All right. Look, 40% obesity rate. I don't need to say any more. I think we get kind of wrapped up in actually tracking the step count. And we focus on that a little bit too much. We have our phones and our watches, and it's fun. It's like a fun little game you can play. I get that. I do it too. But we need to just be more intentional and go out of our way to seek movement and not avoid it at all costs. When I pull up to the grocery store, bro, and there's cars in the very front of the parking lot with their hazards on and waiting for these people in the front to pull out of their spots so they can get a spot up front so that they have a shorter walk. That shit is genuinely the most embarrassing thing in the world. You are wasting precious, valuable time in order to save yourself like 100 steps. We need to be going out of our way to consciously seek these steps and seek this movement throughout the day and let this thing just build up and add up. And I promise you, your body will feel so much better when we're not just neglecting it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying before with the mobility disorders. We got to stay on our feet, guys. We got to make this a priority. Now, when it comes to the actual benefits of this stuff, I'm going to dive in here. And for getting a lean physique and just looking the way that you want, it's so critical. It's going to make your life so much easier. I'm going to give you an example. You ever go to 7-Eleven and it's around, I don't know, like evening time, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock p.m., and you'll see these construction workers who are getting off work and they've got a 12-pack of brew. And it could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It doesn't matter. They're doing this stuff Monday through Sunday, drinking beer every single night. But these guys are on their feet all day long. And they're getting 20,000 steps per day, would be my guess. And if you really take the time and you pay attention and you look at them, most of the time, they're not even overweight because their body is burning all of these calories that it's not even making a difference, and they're not gaining fat because of this. And I'm not saying that this is the way that we should go about doing things. Just try to get 20K steps and just neglect your nutrition. That's a fucking terrible idea. But this just goes to show you the power of actually staying on your feet and moving. Now, when you're moving and you're getting all these steps in and you're active, the improvement in insulin sensitivity is going to be so humongous. It's going to help your muscles use glucose for energy and not be storing it. And just the increase in daily energy expenditure, like your calorie budget is going to grow so much more from getting these extra steps in. It's going to make it so much easier, especially if you're on a weight loss journey, a fat loss journey, and you're trying to stay within this calorie budget and stay in a calorie deficit. If you're walking 10,000 steps and your body's burning hundreds of extra calories per day, it's going to make this so much easier and so much more manageable. You're going to be able to consume a lot more food, which is going to steer you away from feeling starved, having low energy, and binging later on, and just all of these different setbacks that come with that. And so many people go about this wrong. They want to burn the calories. They want to do it fast. Everyone wants to speed run everything nowadays. Instant gratification is just, we're so reliant on it. And you can't, if you're taking your training seriously and then you're going on the treadmill and you're running for hours on end and doing this high intensity, like HIIT cardio, yes, you will burn more calories while doing it, but the other like long-term benefits of walking are so much more superior, and it's not going to impact your recovery, which is one of the big issues with this high intensity cardio. We don't need to be doing all this shit. Like, really, less is more. You just have to be able to be willing to spend the extra time. I know it's going to take a little bit more time to get all these steps in, but in the long run, it's so much better. And you're actually going to get the physique that you want, because you're going to be burning body fat and staying in this calorie deficit, as opposed to just burning all these extra calories and burning away all your muscle tissue and withering away until you're a Tim Burton character. Like, you see the people who do this at the gym. Like, do you want to look like them? You know the exact type of people I'm talking about. They still have this big belly and all of this visceral fat surrounding their organs, just slowly killing them day by day. And then they got little noodle arms, and their physique looks terrible. And obviously, energy is going to be terrible when you go about doing it this way. So make the walking a priority, okay? And I'm not saying to skip your cardio and not do like moderate intensity cardio. That's so good and important for your heart health. So that's obviously something that everybody needs to be doing. But from a fat loss standpoint, it's not the move. It's not what's going to get you to where you want to be. I can fucking guarantee it. And I would say the most important benefits are the mental health benefits, guys. Walking is an anxiety killer. It will completely erase this. Like Sunday nights, I don't know if you guys get the Sunday scaries a little bit. When new week's coming up, it's the end of the weekend. We have this kind of like weird anxious feeling. If you do a 60-minute walk Sunday night, I guarantee you it will completely eviscerate this feeling. And you're going to wake up on Monday and you're going to feel like it's Friday. I promise you. This is what I do every single week. My energy is off the fucking charts. Every Monday. It's become my favorite day of the week now. This is how powerful this stuff can be. Just erasing anxiety and increasing your mood. And what's even better than that is outdoor walking. And I know, like, where I live, we get all 4 seasons. So a lot of the year it's a little bit difficult to do this. It's freezing outside and it's kind of miserable. So I get that can be tough, but look, imagine feeling sluggish and having low energy and just feeling miserable, not wanting to move, feeling lazy. And the world's largest wireless charger is just right outside of your front door. And we're refusing to use this thing. And so this combo of vitamin D and movement, it's going to lower your cortisol. You're going to be sleeping better. All of this stuff just kind of interconnects, and it's all going to lead to a better quality of life. Not to mention hormone function too. This is like the world's best and kind of only natural testosterone booster. If that's a problem that you're dealing with, this is sure to help. Obviously, if you have a serious underlying medical issue, then that's a different story. But for most of us who just have a poor lifestyle, and that's caused a ripple effect into our hormone levels, this can be a huge fix for you. So wake up, stop being an NPC, and focus and be conscious. Stop just skating through life and trying to avoid movement at all costs. It's actually just, it's more energy. You're wasting more energy to duck this stuff than you are just actually fucking going out of your way to make it happen. So stop being an NPC, wake up, and let's start doing this stuff, and let's work on that step count. Like I said, 5,000 to 7,000 is the bare minimum. If you're not doing that, You are not human, okay? You are going to become one of the characters from WALL-E. So make sure we start doing this ASAP, guys. It really will change your life. I can guarantee it. So I'm going to leave it there. Another video coming, I don't know, next couple days or something like that. So be on the lookout. And until then, peace.